So the other day, I get an email from one of our viewers. Mohammed is 20 years old and lives in India. Mohammed is a handsome dude. He's got an incredible head of hair, those eyes, that coloring, the facial hair, everything's working. But Mohammed has a problem, and he emailed me. It's t-shirts. He can't seem to find t-shirts in his size that he digs because he has a bone disease, which has actually caused his bones not to form properly. You see, Mohammed? He's 3 feet tall. Jeans, pants, he's cool. He's got it covered. He can find good options, but because of his size, he has a really tough time finding t-shirts that are stylish. All the t-shirts in his size are for kids. I don't know when the last time you checked out little kids' clothing was, but they're not exactly Alpha M approved, right? They got like dinosaurs, polka dots, little crazy designs and color. They're horrible. So he reached out to see if I had any advice on where he could find more stylish options. Do you want to know what my amazing, insightful advice to Mohammed was? Look online. That's all I got. But this video isn't about how I helped Mohammed, it's how he helped me. So I sent Mohammed an email. I'm like, Mohammed, look online. And then I launch into this diatribe in this email, doing what I thought I should do, encouraging him to keep his head up. You know, that disabilities, we are not defined by them. He's an amazing guy, and right? So I'm like, I figured I had to, because of course Mohammed was upset that he got dealt a bum deal, right? Wrong. I was really wrong. It was actually one of the most enlightening and eye-opening emails and responses that I received from Mohammed after I sent him the insightful look online email. He basically told me, he's like, yo, I'll look online. Thanks, you rock. Actually, he should have said, yo, you punted, fool. Your advice sucks. Yeah, I never thought to look online because yeah. Well, he didn't do that. He was gracious. He said, thank you, but I don't feel bad or sad about my condition. I actually feel lucky. And this like totally floored me. You know, my whole life, when I would encounter somebody with a physical disability, the first emotion or feeling that I would have would be sympathy. And I would right away automatically try and, you know, make them comfortable, and I still think that that is a good thing. If you see somebody who does have a physical disability, ask if you can help. If you see somebody coming in or needs a seat, you know, I think it's just the great and the right thing to do to look out for one another. And it's not necessarily a handout or trying to, you know, make them feel like they're not capable, but hey, you know what? Sometimes people need a little bit of a helping hand. And it is cold, and do I have snot running down my face? No, now I have it on my head. I just totally killed the moment, didn't I? No, but I probably am much like you in I assume that people with physical disabilities or limitations are upset about it. That are, you know, that are angry with whatever, whomever, whatever higher power you believe in for afflicting them. Of course, because it's an affliction. And Mohammed opened my eyes to something, that it's all in your perspective. And so I emailed him and I said, Mohammed, I said, thank you, really, because this totally like rocked my world and my perception of people with disabilities. And so I asked him, I said, you know, would you mind if I did a video? And he said, no, absolutely. And so I said, do you have any words of wisdom or anything you would like to share? Mohammed obliged, and he did have a few words, and I would like to read them to you because they're more insightful than anything I've ever said on any of these videos. He says, I would tell people that every single human being on this planet has some kind of problem. Just the difference in some might have physical, some mental. Some get to see the problem in their early part of life, others get it in their later part. We just have to understand that God has distributed equal amount of pain and happiness in everybody's life. He goes on to say, it's not like I'm sad. In fact, I'm more alive and happier than people around me because I see the world in a positive way. He said, it's just a matter of how you view the world. Beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. This was one of the most like beautiful and insightful and perception-altering things that I've read in a really long time. You know, I feel that we as humans get so fixated on things, and we're so self-centered that when you really stop to look around you and see what else is going on in the world, see what's going on with other people, Mohammed is absolutely right. You know, everybody's got their shit. right? Some people, you can see their physical limitations, other people emotional, but everybody's got something. And it's realizing this and realizing that we're all beautiful and that we're all special and that we're all created for some purpose. And so this was just a really great email and great interaction, and I was just so happy to get it. And apparently, Mohammed is quite the little singer. He did a cover of the Beatles song Imagine, which is an incredibly beautiful song, which has an equally beautiful message. So below this video, there's a link to Mohammed's rendition of the Beatles song Imagine. It's great. Go check it out, listen, it's a beautiful message, and I'm sure Mohammed would love it if you commented. And if you don't, no problem, but the one thing you can save is your sympathy, because quite frankly, he doesn't need it.